Commanders family. Welcome into a special episode of Next Man Up. Y'all saw last week we had the re-signees. Now we got the free agents in the building, and we got a big one here. Safety Will Harris pulled up, came fresh,
Yes,
got
sir.
the forces on, got the all black on. That means you ready for business, huh?
Yes, sir. You know it. You know
Hey,
that.
man, first
You
things
know
first, congratulations, man. You know, they brought you here. You one of the
Thank you.
first signers here, man. What went into the decision to come bring your talents to the DMV?
Man, I'll tell you, first of all, man, I'm super excited, man. I can't say that enough. I'm super excited and super appreciative of this organization, man, for having that trust in me and, for reaching out, man. My agent told me, that Washington was calling. And as soon as he told me that, man, I said, well, you handle that, you handle that on your side, but you let me know when it's a green light, because as soon as it's a green light, we making it happen. And that's exactly how it went, man. I was super excited as soon as I heard that they were in the picture. And, you see the way these guys play, whether you're across or, whether you're across the sideline from, or you're watching on TV, it's something intangible that you can see, how these guys play, the way they fly around, the way they get to the ball, the energy that they playing with, how they're playing for one another, you know what I mean? How they're playing for these coaches, how everything's just in tandem. And, obviously, you got a guy like Dan Quinn, man, it's hard not to want to run through a brick wall for him, for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so all of that, I saw all of that from the outside in, man, and I wanted to be a part of it. And, man, look at God.
Yeah,
You know
look
what I mean?
at God. Amen. God is good all the time.
So I'm so glad to be here, man. I'm so glad to contribute, to the team and meet the fellas.
Man, that's so cool to hear you say that you had that perspective about Dan Quinn and this team. Because again, you're on the outside looking in. You have your own career. You with the Saints, and you actually played us. So was it the game where you played us where you got to see it, or is that kind of the conversation around the league now with what's being built here, what Dan Quinn and AP have done? Is that kind of the conversation around the league?
100%, 100%. So that was already the narrative before, and all week as far as when I was with my previous team, all week in preparations, like that was one of the key notes. Outside of the X's and O's, outside of the players, it's the culture there. They're coming with culture. That culture of energy, that culture of they're putting. Guys are coming out there, man, and just letting it loose, and just playing for one another. Obviously, there's preparation that goes into it. There's, game planning that goes into it, But outside of all of that, man, you see a team that, is high energy. You see a team that, guys are playing for one another, man. Every time they cross the paint in the end zone, man, it's a celebration, which is great, man. You want to celebrate that success, guys lifting each other up. Good plays, guys lifting each other up, and whatever. If there's a negative play, which there are in every game, guys are rallying around each other, man. And when I was out there, on the other side, when we played them, when we played the team last year, all those things were evident.
Yeah.
All those things were evident. I'm sitting out there watching it firsthand. You know what I mean? A negative play might happen, and guys are rallying around each other. That's a psychological, upside that you can have. Like, that's an attribute that you can have. And man, everything that I've seen, about this place has been so impressive, man. And I'm extremely humbled to be here, man, and that this organization trusts me to come in and bring my energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wear that on my sleeve, man. I take a lot of pride in being able to turn on the tape and see the way I play, see me running around, flying around, and uplifting my teammates. So I'm excited.
I love that is the conversation you're having right now with me, man, because Joe Witt Jr. and this defense, this is his first time being a defensive coordinator. So you're seeing all of this as a pro. You've been in the league for a little bit, and you're recognizing all this. This is a first-time defensive coordinator.
No
Joe
doubt.
Witt Jr. is only getting in his second year, so that's so impressive
No
that you've
doubt.
been able to see that, because I think we all saw that here, but the fact that you got to see it on the outside
No
is
doubt.
really, really dope. Have you got a chance to talk to Joe Witt Jr. since you've decided to come out here? Have you guys had any conversation yet?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Talk to him today.
You had to love that conversation, huh?
Man, that was amazing.
My
That
favorite
was
guy in the
amazing.
building, man.
Man, such a great dude, man, great dude, and just a wealth of knowledge as it pertains, like just X's and O's, man, just a guy who just knows ball. nose ball, man. We were just I could have talked in there. If I was standing there, man, we could have talked in there forever, man, for real. But the guy who nose ball, you could see the light in his eye, when he's talking about, football, when he's talking about this game, because it means that much to him. And so, you're talking about a guy, man, who has a wealth of knowledge, man, been doing this for a long time. And, man, I can't wait to be able to get in here and pick his brain and kind of learn from, some of the gems that he's going to drop for sure, and be able to, see things from how he sees them and his perspective, and kind of learn from him throughout the course of the offseason. So I'm super excited to be able to learn from him and the rest of the coaches for sure.
Man, Joe Whitt Jr., one of the best minds in football, especially when it comes to that secondary. So really excited to see a guy like you be able to be implemented into his system. But let's talk about a guy like you. Let's talk about this a little bit, because I like to paint who these people are as people. And to me, when I look at what happened with you in New Orleans last year, it tells me a lot about you. Because you go in New Orleans on kind of like a prove-it deal. You're not really on the depth chart. You don't really have a spot.
Right.
You turn into a starter, and you do it rather quickly.
Right.
That is not something that is easy to do, but to me, that's something that says a lot about the man. Talk to us about what it was like going through that journey, being in a spot in New Orleans where you had to prove it, but you were able to get it done and were able to get that starting nine.
Well, we from around the way, so all we need is a crack in the door. All we need is a foot in the door. You know what I mean? But no, in all seriousness, was blessed. I feel like every opportunity is a blessing. Was blessed with an opportunity, and was it was pretty much told me. It's there for the taking, and a guy like me, man, that's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear, and it's not a factor of what I'm going to do, on the field. It's a factor of of when I'm going to do it, and in my mind, that's kind of the thing. Not in the arrogant mindset at all, but just in me having that confidence in myself. And me having confidence in the work that I put in, behind the scenes, and the work that I've been putting in since this offseason started, and it's been an every year thing. As soon as the season ends, I might kick my feet up for a couple of days, and it's back to it. It's back to it. I only know one way, and that's the work. And so I'm excited. About I'm confident. In my abilities. I'm confident in the way I play. I think that my play and the energy that I have speaks for that, and I love uplifting my teammates, man. I love being out there, and my teammates make a play, I can get in their face, and saying and turn them up. Yeah. You know what I mean? I love that stuff. I just love playing ball, man. I think that some of that gets lost. The older you get, you get from high school to college, you get from college to pros, and I think sometimes, when you're around it for so long, I think some people may forget why we got into football in the first place. Why you strapped them up for the first time in the first place. You know what I mean? Yeah. That feeling you get, you can't get doing anything else. You know what I mean? The feeling you get from playing football, from being out there. With the fellas, man, from going to war with the fellas, man, you could bottle that feeling up and sell it, man. But it wouldn't be, it'd be priceless. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm excited to be here, man, and I'm excited to get going and get gelling with the guys.
I gotta imagine that feeling that you're talking about gets even better when you were able to put in that work and you're able to see the results. Because this time last year, you're here trying to just find a spot, trying to find a home. This time, you're a coveted free agent. You're getting called. They calling you to come here, man. How rewarding was today, man, getting to sign that contract, being somebody that was valued, that was wanted, that they have plans for you to be a part of this team. That's different than what you dealt with last year, man. How special was that for you after all the work you put in?
Right. I mean, look at God.
Amen.
Look at God. And I can say that I'm extremely humbled. I'm extremely humbled. I'm extremely blessed. And I was blessed, to get the call from Washington, and that, and that the coaches here and that the organization, had that trust in me to come in and bring what I bring to the table here. And man, I promise everybody in here, I promise them, but it's also a fact, man, is that, I tell the coaches, I tell my fellow teammates, tell the organization, I tell the fans, man, like, something that you can expect from me, man, is just nonstop. high motor, man, nonstop. And so I'm gonna give my all to this organization, to this franchise. I'm gonna give my all, man. And it's easy for me, man, because it just boils down to coming in, putting in the work, and just being there, being a good teammate, man. Just being there for my teammates and being a dependable guy, garnishing that trust from my teammates that they could be like, you know what, that guy, man, he comes in every day, he works. I can trust that guy. You know what I mean? Because I see it every day, and I can trust that guy, and that means more to me than than a lot of other things. Having that trust, gaining that trust, having that trust with my teammates, and being there to be a good teammate. So, man, I can't wait to meet the guys, man, and get it going.
Well, man, bro, you got me excited, man. This has been a great conversation. I appreciate that. And one thing you said in your presser before I let you go, which I think is why this is so special, at least for me, you mentioned the fan base. You mentioned that you've never received a reception like this before. You've not even strapped it up yet. You ain't put the jersey on. You ain't picked your number. None of that. But you've still gotten that reception from the fan base. Just talk about that a little bit and what that experience has been like for you, because you mentioned that you've never dealt with anything like this before.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy, man. As soon as the news broke, man, Commanders Nation went crazy.
I did.
Commanders Nation went crazy, man. My phone's still buzzing, to be honest. Yeah. And I love that. And I'm a guy that, I get involved. So, reach out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, holla at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, man, this fan base, man, you could tell, I can't wait to, get in front of the fans, man, and be able to meet as many as I can, and be able to, go and grind and work hard. All of that is motivation to be able to give them, what they deserve, for trusting me and being excited about me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can tell them, firsthand, man, you're going to get, my all, you're going to get my all, man. So that's what I'm working for. We already been putting in the work, but, that's just even more motivation, for me to take with me, from here is to go back and, turn it up a notch, and put the pedal to the metal. You know what I'm saying? And so, I can't wait to be around as many of the fans as possible. I can't wait to show out for them on Sundays. And yeah, man, if we ever in passing, if we ever around, man, holla at me. For sure.
And the fans will definitely holler at you. They'll love that, and they'll love the fact that you get involved, because that's one thing about the DMV, man. This community is serious, especially this Commanders community, man. So we're very happy to have you a part of that. We're going to give you a jump start, man. That's your ISO camera right there. Before you get up out of here, look at that camera right there. Talk directly to the Commanders fans and tell them what they can expect, not only from Will, but their Commanders defense in 2025.
Come on, man. Now, hey, Commanders defense, man, we coming with it. We coming with it, man. You see the guys on this roster. You see the guys, who we got rolling out there, man. We got dogs all over the place. And dogs were already here, man. And I'm just so happy, man. And I'm so humbled and appreciative to be able to, to be a piece of that. And so, one thing you can expect from us, man, we flying around, we hitting, we taking the ball out of the air. You know what I'm saying? All of that. We going hunting, man, all year. And we got to raise hell. You know that.
He's with the raise hell. Bro, listen, bro, that's the best anybody has done with that message right there. Well, there is nothing more that needs to be said.
Hell, man.
Gotta raise hell, Will, man.
And we're going to need the fans to do it.
Oh, bro, we know the fans going to be there, man. And honestly, after watching this video, they're going to be ready to be out there right now.
Man, I'm telling you, they started blowing me up, man. They had me turned up, man. They had me ready to lace it up right now.
Yeah, you got me ready to lace it up, but I don't even play.
We still got time, but y'all got me ready to lace it up right now. I'll strap it up right now. Come on. Come on.
Will, we love the energy, man. We are so happy to have you here, bro. This was a great conversation. Thank you for taking the time, man. And again, congratulations, man. You earned this. You earned getting to this point in your career. And I'm so happy you decided to pull up here and spend this part of your career with us, man. I have no doubt it's going to be fruitful and successful, brother.
I can't wait.
Appreciate you, man.
I can't wait.
Commanders family.
My man.
Next man up, bro. Will Harris up there feeling good. He got the raise hell going already. Y'all make sure y'all show our new safety all the love that he deserves. This is Next Man Up. I'm Brian Colbert Jr. here. Will Harris.
Let's do it. Yes, sir.